What's going on, guys? We're going to be doing great anime fights today. We're each going to pick an individual fight that we feel is our favorite anime fight. I brought my friend Javante on to help me get a different perspective on another fight, just so you can add like another one to the pot. And then we also want to hear your guys' favorite anime fights in the comments down below. So comment down below, drop a like on this video if you like what we got to say. Without further ado, we're going to just jump right into it. So my favorite fight is Rock Lee versus Gaara. It is a classic fight in the original Naruto series. Just the lead up behind both of these characters coming up to it. And when they see him starting to fight, they're just like, why isn't he using ninjutsu? Because he doesn't have any. He just uses taijutsu. He trains all day just for a hardcore fight. He doesn't need to summon giant toads or shoot fireballs. He is literally just stepping up to the plate, hands and feet ready just to start whipping around and fighting people. And Gaara's lead up is he has the same mysteriousness factor to him in the sense that no one really knows how his powers work. They just know that that sand is very reactive and they think he's the one behind it. But what we find out in this fight is that the sand just moves on its own. It's just literally protecting him at every turn. So Rock Lee already battles an uphill battle, but through this fight, Rock Lee shows that he can still step up to the plate. He still has all this to offer from him through the form of the gates, and through 8 gates, which he can open 5 of them. It's even strategic in the way that he's opening them, because as he opens each gate, he's causing damage to Gaara, because he knows that with each gate he opens, it's causing more damage to his body. So Rock Lee's training goes so in depth that he's literally willing to cause damage to his own body in a fight, which is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be willing to give your all, but through giving his all, he can literally end the very thing that he's trying to strive for. He was so focused on trying to surpass and beat Neji, Sasuke, Naruto. These are people that he wanted to fight in the tournament, but he was so driven by that he was trying to be on the same level as Gaara. But Gaara has a demon inside of him that is just driving him for blood. Like, he literally was trying to kill in a tournament. So on both sides, you're literally seeing them strive with their own passion, their own drive. Gaara struggles with a literal demon inside of him that begs him to kill people. Rock Lee is trying to surpass his friends who he sees as leagues above him because they have such great ninjutsu. So, in my eyes, this is literally one of the greatest fights to ever happen to anime. It's such an unpredictable fight because anyone can win because the main character isn't Naruto in this fight. So the fact that it ends with Gaara winning, the villain won, but because Guy stepped in because he realized that Gaara was literally not about to stop. He was literally going to kill Rock Lee on the floor right there, and there was nothing that anyone could do about it. My favorite anime fight to watch. Like, every time I'm watching this fight, I can literally watch these 3 episodes. And usually I don't like watching like the whole episode for a fight. I like going to the AMVs and just like watching the highlights, unless it's a significant fight like this, where they're literally just putting their everything into this fight, and literally watching Rock Lee being carried out of there, and everyone's just like, is he gonna be able to get up and like do what he was just doing after he popped those ankle weights off, which is still to this day one of the most iconic moments in anime, where he pops those ankle weights off, and as they're falling to the ground, people are still like, they're just ankle weights, that's so old school. And then they hit the ground and craters. He was moving faster than Gaara's sand could react. What more do you need? Afterwards, people realize how important taijutsu is, and you start to see everyone, including Sasuke and Naruto, take note and improve their taijutsu even more. Rock Lee literally inspired the ninja generation to up their game, and they already thought their game was up. Without further ado, I'm gonna let Javante do his pick.
I'm gonna go with All Might versus All For One. Just the iconic villain versus hero showdown. You have these two who already had a previous grudge match due to the fact that All For One already took away his master. You can tell he's severely damaged from his fight with All Might. Like, All Might definitely left his mark on him. And so both are just considerably less than what they were when they were in their prime. So it's really startling because you see All Might, this guy who's just always so confident and always just so robust and just always smiling, just be broken down and just finally be caught off guard. Like, he's this guy who you always depend on to at least know a little of something. If not everything, just a little of something. And to see him so shocked and just so broken from the fact that this person who he's been previously fighting as a nobody finally sees this person as just the last connection to somebody he really respected and idolized, and that was taken from him by this villain. You see the rage, like the pure emotion through this fight. Like, these two people who despised each other for years, and it's finally coming down to it, and both are just not even worried about surviving or even living. Both have already done what they wanted to do in life and are just don't know what will happen. What they're concerned with is the person right in front of them. For All Might, that's All For One. For All For One, that's All Might. Both want to retire in their own way. With All Might, he's already cemented himself as the #1 hero, and he's already proven himself to be a very dependable hero. He's already entrusted everything to the main character in the show, and it's just wanting to raise him to become the best hero he can be. Whereas All For One, from the get-go, has always been powerful and has always viewed quirks as nothing more than a way to make him the most powerful being. Not just for the sake of power, but the sake of controlling everyone and making everything his. This is his world, you're just living in it. He's literally the Kanye West of villains. You see this guy who's so used to getting everything he wants and now has lost everything because of that just arrogance. He's like a villain who just realized his faults and went back to the drawing board and came back not stronger physically, but stronger mentally.
It kind of sounds like Lex Luthor versus Superman in a way. Like you said, like, All Might is like always so sure of himself, and like Superman is always so sure of himself. So it's very rare to see Superman get shook up, and when we do, it's just like because Lex Luthor came back, and it's just like, all right, I got some kryptonite stuff, and like you're not ready for this.
Exactly, like whether it's going after Lois Lane or just going after his loved ones, he knows how to get him like in the area that just will shake him up the most. Overall, I always go back to that as one of my favorite showdowns because you see this hero finally face his demons and finally acknowledge the fact that I've passed everything on and I'm confident that the future will be a brighter place. Seeing so many people chant his name one last time because he is the #1 hero, it just sends a shiver down my spine because so many people have faith in him and so many people look up to him. And so he gives up his powers willingly, knowing that he will always be a hero, just not a superhero. Whereas All For One is equally confident in who he's picked, and even though he's lost, where he's lost, he feels that his people will not fail. And that's why this is my favorite fight, just because I love the graphics, I love the sound, I love the passion and the heart, and you can vibe with each blow for blow moment and feel like you're there. He avenged his master finally and put the person who took his master away behind bars. In a fitting and superhero-like fashion, the superhero won and the villain lost, and All Might went out like a boss.
But yeah, guys, that's what it takes to have a great anime fight. Like, great lead up, like backstory behind it, the significance behind it. Why is this fight so significant to the anime? Why does it drive the story, or why does it end the story? Whether it be passing the mantle on to the next generation or encouraging a fighting style that isn't heavily popular because it has so many disadvantages, but you're turning it into more advantages. Let us know in the comments down below. Are our fights your favorite fights? Do you have different favorite fights? Why are your favorite fights so significant to your anime and maybe anime just in general? Leave a comment down below. Like the video if you like what we had to say. But until next time, guys, peace.
Later, guys.